Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. Ready to get things rocking, the Pro Bowl kicker from the NFC last year, Aldrick Rosas. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go! The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go. Seconds to Mike. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Motion. 47 to Mike, boys. 26.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Mike. Here we go. 47.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now Prescott. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Well, the spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Let's make these babies cry right now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And Latimer's got it. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now Jones. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Throwing Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Looking to throw. Jones into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3rd and long for Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. Cooper was the intended target. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Go. Motion. Check 99. Check 99. Check. Fresno. Look at me. Zipper.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
That's it, baby. You go.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Mike's 47.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. On second down, it's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Push him back.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Bartney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Let's see who's faster.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Back up, back up. 4-7's the mic, 4-7's the mic. Yeah.
Now Elliott. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Giants' 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. This is Morris. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here we go, 46.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down.
Go to 15, 5.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Giants.
Set up, 30 base. 54. All day, just like that. Just like that. Begin. X3, 218, chopper, 5.
A first down carry for Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. From the 41, Jones over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. On first down, Barkley. Now Barkley stripped of the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
Don't be mad. It's more coming.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Throwing on second down, Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jones going to throw again. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Golden Tate there to make the grab. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Here's Jones on first down. Jones hit and the ball's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Throwing on third and long. Jones. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his fourth sack of the afternoon. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. So we are at halftime here in the opener. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. By the way, they're into the second quarter now out in Carson. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Randy Gregory. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Second and long. And that is incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target. Third down here.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on.
Jones now. Throwing on third and long. Well, the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Now Austin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 49 yards. as his guys are back within a single score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
14.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check. You draw Porkers.
2nd and 6. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now Saquon Barkley. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
15 line. 15 line. 54. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Throwing on first down, Jones. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
Ready up. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Watch safety creep, man.
Barkley. And now look at him go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A first down carry by Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here I come. 47. Here I come. 26.
Prescott from the gun. Flush to his right. Six yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's get it. Kill. 47. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Kill.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL, and now making start number 49 to kick off 2019. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Here we go. Kill. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 31, 26.
Prescott to throw it. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hit Jameis Olawale, and it's second down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle, and this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. 30, the 20, 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants.
That's how you score.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Target, 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 target. Switch. Check. Lucky.
Prescott. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safety.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. Then the Cowboys get a bit closer. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Golden Tate's gonna go. 20. Touchdown, Giants. Golden Tate, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Now Prescott going to take a shot for Gallup. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Crunch time, defense.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
I know you felt that one.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get them the first.
2 yards on the play. First down, Giants.
Break. Mike 5-4. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Get it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I'm coming for you. Mine.
Now Jones throwing again. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out.
And he loses the football a second time. That's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
You know, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Now a play fake here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cobb. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On third down, it's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And to the 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Tackled there by Leighton Vander Esch.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line. Today,
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night.